Pardon me.
All right, welcome to the House Judiciary Committee. This Wednesday morning, January 8/28, we're dealing with first, very quickly, there was an issue that came up yesterday as far as an effective date for this bill to allow agencies to have time to update forms that provide for swearing only, to have swearing or affirming or sworn or affirmation. I reached out to the Secretary of State's office, to Secretary of State Sarah Copeland-Hansis and her deputy, is that, I think, Lauren?
Yeah.
Title. And they did say that, yes, they thought that some more time, like 6 months after passage, that would be appropriate time. So to do that, or to do this, we are suggesting in the amendment that Jen sent to us is on your desk today, a January 1st, 2027 effective date. And I did confirm that that was an appropriate date. I'm trying to find your email, but it should be on, or will be on soon, right?
Yeah.
As far as from the exchange that I had with them. I think it just says 6 months in there, but I actually ran into Lauren Hibbert on the street and I said, we're going to go on January 1st, okay? And she said yes. So there we are. And so that's all. That's the only thing we have as far as the amendment. But I just want Jen here in case there were any final questions for Jen. Well, not seeing questions. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So just for clarification, like we're basically already doing this in a large 80% or something like that of the time anyway, right? 90%, right? I mean, this isn't even a 50-50 issue.
Jen Carter from the Office of Legislative Counsel. Because of the language in Title I, we're effectively already doing this anyway. It is just not stated explicitly in each statute that allows for or calls for an oath or swearing. This is adding that language in each place in the statutes, even though we already have that prior effect in Title I.
Being a lot of extra work for it.
It is making a change to the statutes.
Thank you.
All right. We have questions. So I'll take a motion to, but yeah, go ahead, Tom.
I was doing something else. I probably should have read it. Is there a procedure when someone is going to be prior to actually affirming or swearing where they are asked if they have a preference?
I think it depends on the situation. So I think sometimes yes, I think sometimes the practical effect is, do you swear or affirm? And the person says yes.
That's, yeah.
Well, the reason I ask is that many of the courts have just been having people affirm and not been on. So.
Yeah, often the choice.
Just curious.
Yeah, I mean, it's in our statutes, it's saying we're not taking swear out from anywhere.
Right.
We're just adding affirm. And I don't think, and we can look for future, are there any places where it just says affirm and doesn't say swear?
Well,
and that would be a bill that we can have them work on, but I don't know that that's the case.
I asked the question in the courtroom and I was told, well, this is the way we have to do it now. They don't do the other.
That may be a court rule. That's almost certainly a court rule, not statute. Or I don't even know if it's a court rule, if it's just like the procedure they use.
Wouldn't they just follow what the state of Vermont recognizes?
The
Judiciary?
I mean, we can look into, we can ask Judge Loney about that.
I do think at least some of the court rules, I believe, do use both swear and affirm. So if that's not the way it's being operationalized, that may be an implementation issue.
Right.
So how does that get fixed? Because it should be that way. You should have your choice.
Yeah, you should have your choice, which is interesting. We can ask, I don't think that that's dealing with Title 1 through 10.
I believe, and I can try to recite it. I've heard it so many times. I think they say, do you solemnly swear under the pains and penalties of perjury to tell the truth?
Yeah,
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
that's swearing. solemnly swear. It doesn't sound like they're saying affirm. And they're adding the pains of perjury, but that applies to either, an oath or an affirmation. Either way.
Would it just so help you not go? That's would be.
Yeah, I don't think that that's generally used anymore, including.
Well, they got away from it indefinitely in court.
Right.
I'm just wondering. Well, our constitution allows for that.
Or swearing. Or affirming, but I don't think the Constitution says swearing, so help me God. I don't think the so help me God language is not there. That's understood. That is to a higher power. You good?
I'm good.
All right, I'll take a motion to, first of all, a motion to, is it affirm? God, how long has it been? How long has it been? Approve, that's the word I'm looking for. Affirm, I see why I have affirm in my head. A motion to approve the amendment draft number 2.1 to H 28, 7:44 AM.
We're
Just on the amendment.
just on the date change.
Well, the amendment is more than a date change. As Jen explained yesterday, it's because some statutes in the interim have changed.
Okay, so this is the motion on draft 2.1.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, just the amendment. And then once we vote on this, we'll vote on H 28 as amended.
okay.
Those two votes.
I will make a motion.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, one question, I think, for you, Mr. Chair. There's people have concerns with the bill. That in the future, the swearing option could be eliminated. And it's just not in this room that people have concerns. And I think that somebody has a concern. It deserves to be addressed. And so what I want to ask you is there any intent going forward, any intent in the future to eliminate the swearing part of the oath by, and I'm going to say by this committee because we
Right.
can't speak for.
Right, yeah, I was just gonna say, that you can't bind.
We can't speak for the
future
legislature, but as far as this committee is concerned, is there any intent to do
No,
that?
there's no intent, and I won't take up a bill as long as I'm chair to do that. I'm certainly willing to take up a bill if there is a bill in the future that if there is any place where it just says affirm, to add oath and swearing, either way, it's fine. It's just my understanding that wasn't an issue, but in the future that I'm happy to take that up. Yeah. Any other discussion on the amendment? Not seeing any, we can just do a voice vote on the amendment and then we'll do a roll call on the. Is that right? Am I right about that? I can just do a voice vote on the amendment.
Yeah.
No.
It sounds good. It sounds right.
Sure that is in fact the case, but I figured I might as well ask legislative council. So all those in favor of approving draft number 2.1 H 28, the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, moving on to H 28 as amended. I would take motion to approve H 28 as amended.
So moved.
In a second. Okay, any discussion on that? We're good. All right, if the clerk could call the roll.
Arsenal,
Yes.
Noah,
Yes.
Rizzo,
Yes.
Smith, yeah. Harvey,
Yes.
Malay,
Yes.
Oliver,
Yes.
Rachel,
Yes.
Chrissy, Burdick,
Yes.
Alon.
Yes. And Tom has agreed, this Tom has agreed to report Bill. I would have been happy to, but I'm not going to be here for the third reading, so. All right, so thank you very much again for being here. Thank you, Ella, for bringing that to Bill. And we're going to move on to H 409, but we need to, let's see if we can get donate available. Yeah, Michelle and Zone are there. The what?
Did he have surgery or?
Yeah, he's gonna be zooming in for a while. Yeah, in fact, he had a physical therapy for a time that I had scheduled and
Wow.
scheduled.
We live.
Yes.
Discuss.
Like, oh, right, yeah, sorry, we're lying. Sorry about that, Judge.